ladies with gentle hands. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down the Hado World Cup match from 2023 between Hado Root from South Korea and JNS from China, analyzing what the teams did well and what they didn't. Without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. The first match was won by Hado Root. They got some great early kills in the match and they kept that solid lead throughout. The second match was a little more intense with the team scoring points back and forth, but with the team JNS coming out on top with a good shield play. Which brings us here, the third match, and the final match, with the stakes super high and the pressure to go along with it. Now, let's look at these stats. Both teams running the exact same stats, playing it very safe with one shielder and two snipers. Right off the bat, the team starts shooting at each other, with Hado Root taking some big hits, leaving two of their members with only one pedal, while JNS is still chilling with full health. As it gets to 60 seconds, JNS decides to put out their first shield to gain pressure near the center line. Looking at this, Hado Root decides to pull out a counter shield and put it directly in front of them, stopping JNS from gaining an advantage. Now, I know this was not intentional, but Hado Root does make a minor mistake here, placing their two new shields in front of the O shield, making the O shield useless, as it just sits there alone. On the other hand, JNS plays smart, setting up the third player as a distraction, running up and down the court, distracting the other team, while his teammates sit behind a shield and keep shooting. With Hado Root having two shields to sit behind and JNS choosing not to place a counter shield, hoping to save it for an offensive play, Hado Root applies pressure on the fourth player from both sides, zoning him and getting a clean shot at him. With the time ticking down, player 2 from the Hado Root team tries to put up a shield and fails. He tries again to put up a shield and fails again. And on his third attempt, a tiny little bullet sneaks past him and hits him right on his face. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Gives me flashbacks. Yikes. With only 10 seconds on the clock and both teams with 2 points, JNS decides to play a little aggressive and gets closer to the center line, getting another kill. With the player in front of them now knocked out, the JNS team had no threat and went full attack mode on player 1. The seemingly secure lead that Hado Root had built up leading into the last 10 seconds was lost. JNS was now up on points and both teams were without main shields. 1 point behind, Hado Root decides to rotate players at the last second, having the player with slow and large bullets rushing towards the center line, and the player running 5-2-2 standing near the back, pushing the game into overtime. As the overtime counter starts, JNS is left with all players on 4 pedals, while Hado Root with 2 players on 2 pedals and 1 player on 4 pedals. Player 1 starts off by placing Hado Root's only advantage, their shield. This causes JNS to go full out on the shield, shooting it with all they had, which in turn causes one of the bullets to hit player 3, leaving her with only 1 pedal. Player 3, who's in a stressed state, accidentally dodges into one of those bullets and ends overtime. JNS taking out the match and the competition 3-4. What's up guys, if you want to watch more Hado content like this, subscribe to Hyper Hado. This has been Mr. Cheddar, coming from you from my cheddar library where I keep all my cheddar cheese inside little boxes. I hope to see you next time, and stay cheesy.